This is Abraham. He had a son, an only son named Isaac. One day, God decided to test Abraham. Even though an all knowing God should have already known how this would have played out, which therefore makes the test completely pointless. Anyway, God called upon Abraham.
Abraham, here I am.
Abraham said, wondering how an all knowing God wouldn't know where he is.
Take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain I will show you.
Early the next day, Abraham loaded up his donkey, gathered up some wood, a knife, and a torch, and took his son and two servants on a little field trip. 3 days later, they saw the area God had picked out. Abraham then turned to his servants and lied right to their face using terrible grammar.
Stay here with the donkey while I and the boy go over there. We will worship, and then we will come back to you.
Then Abraham, in his infinite dickishness, made Isaac carry the very wood he was to be burnt upon, while he carried the torch and knife. On the way up the mountain, Isaac said to his father,
Father?
Yes, my son?
Abraham replied in irritation at the fact that his son felt the need to call his attention to the fact that his son was speaking to him even though they were the only two people around.
The fire and the wood are here,
Isaac said.
but where is the lamb for the burnt offering?
Abraham then told another bold-faced lie, this time to his son.
God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son.
And then they continued on up the mountain. When they got to the spot God had picked out, Abraham built an altar and placed the wood on it. Then he tied Isaac up, which for some reason Isaac just allowed to happen, and laid him on the altar. Then Abraham pulled out the knife and raised it up to kill Isaac before burning him. After all, he may be a complete dick, but he's not asshole enough to burn Isaac alive. But before he could make the killing blow, an angel cried out to him.
Abraham! Abraham!
Here I am.
Abraham replied, again wondering why everyone feels the need to let him know they are talking to him before saying what they have to say.
Do not lay your hand on the boy.
The angel said.
Do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son.
What a dick.
Abraham thought to himself, but then he saw a ram so conveniently stuck in a bush and decided to sacrifice it instead. My questions for you Christians is, would you do as Abraham did?